AFTV, Kenny Ken, we got done today now. Turned over really, when you look at it, they did a job on us.
Look, they're a fantastic side, they've got great players, and you know today we saw their true ability. You know, it's obvious that under Mourinho that the players down tools, and today, you know, under a manager where they're playing the Man United way, playing with their tempo, forces out the mistakes, and they won the game fair and square. Can't disappoint them.
Do you look on it and say to yourself, until the owners of this club start to say, you know, we need to invest in top quality players, you're not going to beat top quality teams, or not on a regular basis anyway?
Yeah, but the thing about it is you've got to look at it's not the Arsenal way. Like I said, we've both been watching Arsenal for the last 45 years. We're a conservative club. We don't spend big on wages. We don't spend big on salaries. We've always tried to be a self-funding club, and that's what...
It's not working now.
Yeah, it's clearly not working. But at the end of the day, one of the things that's hurting us more than anything else, you can't blame the owner. The fact of the matter is we're not in the Champions League for 2 years, which means you can't attract the big players. It doesn't matter. You can have all the money you want, but the fact of the matter is that if a player wants to come and play in London, and they're going to go either to Spurs or Chelsea, because the fact of the matter is they're both in the Champions League.
So if you're the owner of the club, then surely you then got to look on it and say, well, we need to get back in that Champions League. And to get back in that Champions League, you can't just expect miracles. You bring a new guy in and just say to him, right, go out there and create miracles with virtually the same team. Yeah,
but the thing is that you've got to realise he inherited he didn't just inherit a bad team, he inherited a bad financial situation as well. Because of FFP, we've overspent our budget now, and that's just a fact. People can moan about Kroenke all they like, but the fact of the matter is that we've got players on high salaries, we've got players, you know, like players we've spent a lot of money on Lacazette, Aubameyang. Like I said, and not only are we spending money on their transfer fees, we've got to spend money on their wages as well. So that all adds up to our budget, and we've overspent our budget. So all we can do is bring in a couple of loan signs. I believe that we're going to be bringing in Denis Suarez is still on. We've got a guy from PSG, and you know, like
but what
on could do.
Yeah, but midfielders. Now, look at that again tonight. We've lost 2 more defenders again, 2 more centre backs. I mean, virtually we've got no centre backs left now.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got to go out there and get a centre back in this window.
Definitely, but the thing is that if we get a centre back, we're only going to get him on loan, innit? So who's available? You know, let's talk about, you know, like Gary Cahill, you know, as well. He's got a bit of experience, but if I suggest it now, the fans won't have it because they say, who's Gary Cahill? But we need numbers. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things is we do need experienced defenders, and Gary Cahill is a leader, but it's you know, like I said, it's a sign of times where, because of our financial situation in terms of FFP, we can look at loan signings, and the only people going to be available is a player that hasn't played all season for Chelsea. So that's the way it is. But you know, I am looking at moving forward when we do get a lot of players off our wage bill. Then we can start again. But if we can win the Europa League, get back in the Champions League, we'll be able to attract better players. Aurier, an Arsenal player all day long, but he plays for Spurs because in the Champions League, Davinson Sanchez goes to Spurs, Lucas Moura goes to Spurs. They probably never heard of Tottenham, but they're in the Champions League, and that's what happens. You want to get the best players, it's the Champions League.